What's up, guys? This is Codes.
Matthew Anthony here.
Hey guys, Anammer here.
Hi, my name's Gulp.
Mac Vaughn here.
My name's Winter.
Dom Kane. Bjorn Ackerson.
Julian Gray.
Christian Vance.
The Secrets.
Elas.
Horticulture.
Fabian Dad.
Austin Hot.
Hi folks and welcome along to Sonic Live 007 or 007 as they say. James Bond. As you can see, things are a wee bit different this evening. We have Chris flying in remotely from satellite. Is it satellite? You never could be satellite.
High five! We've been practicing this all day.
Oh,
Go. Don't even hang it.
you need to go over.
Where we go?
There. High five. High five. Okay. So yeah, we have Chris in on a Skype call. Now we have had some issues with Skype. Just when the internet feed goes down a bit, it might jump a bit. So I might have to fix that at some point. So if that happens, we'll try and sort that out. Chris, how have you been?
I have been, it's been pretty quiet around here. Not much happening. There's very little news. It's been a bit of a boring, not
Going
much
out
happening
much
week.
this weather?
Look, I hope everyone's staying safe and well out there. We're going to make this a virus-free zone. We're going to try and bring a little bit of upbeatness and happiness to people's lives. I'm sure it's all very tough for everyone out there at the moment. So we're going to take you through. We've been kind of setting this up all week.
Yeah.
We went through different bits of softwares and different, sort of systems and setups.
Yeah. So one of the issues
probably bottom line
was trying to send when we're doing the demo doctor, trying to send the audio from my DAW over to Chris in a way that is actually at full quality and stuff like that. So we went through a whole bunch of different software to figure that out, and I guess we could just.
Well, we take them through this. So what's actually happening is that I'm sending my voice audio and my camera to Phil, and Phil is sending me his camera, his screen, his voice audio, and his DAW audio to me. And we're trying to, and then we are marrying that all in Phil's studio and uploading that to.
There we go. We have
YouTube.
Skype, which is has NDI turned on, and that gets.
And what's NDI?
Is New Tech's video over IP system. So you can basically share video feeds from apps to other apps and on networks. And then if anyone's interested, this is our OBS setup. All on the left-hand side is all our scenes. And each scene is comprised of a few different elements. So we've got our Skype call, which is Chris. We've got our TV logo, which is our wee logo up the top. Zoom is actually my main camera here. Computer audio is separate, so we have a separate feed for my computer audio and a separate feed for my mic. That's enabled using an aggregate sound device. So in Mac, you can combine two. So we have what's it called? Stream Capture, which is like a plugin that runs in the back end, which is what Ableton's outputting to. And then you combine that with Universal Audio. So it's all a bit nuts. So we got that set up, and that's what we've been using for the last few weeks. And then to get the audio to Chris, we went through a few different options.
Right. So the first thing we tried was Zoom. It's kind of everybody's kind of go-to thing. the audio, because he could send
Explain
me
what
his
Zoom is,
screen,
Chris, to
and
people who haven't heard of it.
it's kind of it's basically built for meetings. So it's kind of it's more for business types to do meetings and stuff, and it can send computer audio, it can send your screen as well, and several people can interface, and it can auto cut up people and stuff. Now we found that the DAW audio that it was sending was pretty low
Yeah.
quality. Just the screen it was sending was pretty low quality, so we very quickly
Yeah.
named that, and then we tried something else, which
So we tried
was
Source Connect, which was this, and it's quite an expensive solution, and it may well have worked, but we couldn't get it working for what we wanted it to do. So we moved on to some other options, which we had Steinberg Source, our VST Connect Pro and Performer, and again, couldn't get it working. It wasn't very easy, and finally we found this. And this is Audio Movers Listen To, and you plonk it on your DAW and you send a link and it just works. So that was you've no idea how I went home on, I think it was like Monday or Tuesday night, and I was like so stressed out because we'd spent all day with all sorts of what do we have? We had like loopback, we had audio hijack, we had like a whole bunch of other things to try and route audio, and just was not happening. So we were very happy to find this. And it works perfectly. And we can...
you put this on the output of the DAW, and sorry, I'll just turn it down here. So it's Phil sends out a link to any. So this is brilliant. You put it on your master DAW, and you can send a link out to anyone you want to hear your DAW, and the quality is incredible. You can go up to PCM 32-bit. You can have latency of 1.1 second.
I would imagine you can even probably go as far as recording a session. You could, at the very, very least, if you were a producer and you were struggling because your clients didn't want to travel to you, you could set this up. They could listen on a web browser. You could send your DAW screen, which I'm doing to Chris actually at the minute, through Skype. And it's just like being there, isn't it, Chris? It's just you
I totally. It's a simple. So Skype for sending the voice and the screen, and then this Audio Mover sends the DAW audio back to your client. So if you do need to work remotely or you do need to collaborate with somebody, this is brilliant. This is really good. I did reach out to Audio Movers to see if we can get some discount codes for you. If they come back, I will post them in the comments. Hopefully they will come back. Maybe they won't. I don't know. But it's what, and you can take it out. You can rent it for like a week. So it's like $3.99 for the week. So if you're just doing one remote client for that week, just get it for the week and then stop it. Or you can take it out for the year. So hopefully we'll get something there. But this, honestly, the quality coming through, it is like sitting in the studio with Phil. I've got here on my screen, I've got Phil's DAW that I can see and hear, and it's just like sitting beside him, so except less smelly.
Cool. Any action on the chat? Are we going to do any shout outs?
Yeah, we lots of people. Let me see. So we got Frankie Caldera. Hi Frankie, hope you're doing a remix. Deadly Custard. I know you've got one submitted. DJ B Murda. Hiya. And we've got Brian C. Hamilton. What's happening? And we got Show Me the Lights. Kiss or X, I'm not sure it is. Toby Pierce, hi Toby, and we've got Exit 101. Don't pick your neb. LOL. There you go. So I'm not sure that loads of people would know what neb is across the world.
Yeah. So what else are we going to do? What else has been happening, Chris? Have you been doing anything exciting, production wise? Or seen anything?
Nothing.
Oh, I know what we were going to look at. There.
We're going to look at all the kind of offers that are coming through whilst people are probably restricted in their movements. So the first one.
Go to the first one. This is obviously the biggest news of all the news in the world right now.
So Anna is... what? Oh, yeah, you go. Anna's discounted by...
65%.
How many? 65%. So we... So while they're locked up, it might be just like, let's go and get it.
Your thing's gone, Chris.
What?
Your Skype's gone. Your kids must be on your internet.
I'll fill while you... Can you fix that? No?
We'll try and fix it in a minute. I'll see if it comes back.
Okay. So, where did I leave?
Oh, look. Oh, there you're back. There you're back.
Back? Oh, brilliant.
No.
Yeah, sorry. Whilst the resolution of Skype goes, it screws up our split screen here. Yeah, so we got... Anna 2, under 50 quid for you guys. Can we mention the other thing that we're trying to do? Ask Brian.
Node?
Node? No, the other thing.
Node. I think we can say the release date of Node, can't we?
Oh, can we? So, yes, Node, we now have a release date. And Phil, what would you say it is?
I think it's going to be the 30th of March, I think.
You think? Now, with all that's going on in the world, that may slip, but we're
I think we're on course. The beta's going well. There's not too many issues, so I think we've fixed a few more things with the latest build. I think I'll ask Brian if that's up. Brian, can you confirm that is up? Let us know.
There's the comment of the night. Anna 2 is cheaper than toilet roll. So
yeah, and much more useful.
Much more useful, yes.
And so other offers, we have Arturia are doing half price on their V collection, which is a pretty good deal.
Yeah, they have, and they're doing some other stuff for like £1. I think like some videos, content and stuff for £1. So V collection, we use it. We've done loads and loads of videos on it. It's amazing. We have Minimoog Model D synthesizer. The app is free at the moment for iPad and iPhone. I downloaded it the other night while putting a child to bed and just sat and went, made noises.
What's the thing right
the other
behind
one?
my head?
The what?
Oh, someone's asking in the chat, what's the thing right behind my head?
Oh, your mic?
It's an Aston Halo. That thing?
Yeah, must be.
Aston Halo mic thingy.
And yeah, somebody, DJ B Murda is 30th of March. Yes, it is the 30th of March for the Node release. The Chaos Later is free.
Yeah.
On the next tab.
What is it? Is it like just like a glitchy effects thing? I haven't used it.
Yeah, do you remember the Chaos Pad?
I remember the Chaos Pad, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like an app version of the Chaos Pad.
Cool.
When I first saw Korg doing something free, I thought it was Gadget, and I was going to get really
cool.
happy.
I have played with Gadget quite a bit, actually.
You do you?
I have done in the past, yeah. I was because I was looking for something for the kids to sort of play. It's probably a bit too complicated for them, but I ended up like noodling quite a bit. Some of the wee effect or the synths and stuff are really good.
I still want us to do a video where me, you, and say Brian or somebody gets Core Gadget gets one of the other like GarageBand or one of the other sort of Oxy. And we have to go and make a track, and then we present our tracks or the results and find out if it was any good. Yeah. Kind of like Top Gear, but for musical things.
Top Gear, we'll go to Africa.
Yeah, we'll go to Africa and make a tune and then come back.
Yeah.
So, Brian wants to remind us that the Node...
the Node beta is still open, and the latest build has gone up, which has export. So yeah, there was some people requesting that over on the KVR forum. So the previous version didn't have export, but now it does. But it's time limited to a couple of weeks, I think, Brian. And that's available now, so you can get that. You can export some wavetables to your synths. Anna, Serum, Ableton Wavetable currently supported. I was supposed to test Pigment and Synth Master today, but I didn't get around to it because we were trying to get this set up. But we will confirm those. I'm pretty sure they work. We'll confirm those probably tomorrow if I can get that sorted.
Okay.
And then I think we're still trying to get a copy of June 3 to test it out. Yeah. But if there's any beta testers out there that have June 3, you can try that for yourselves and see what you think and let us know. That would be handy. I'm looking forward to that coming out.
Yeah. So, do you want to play them a little snippet?
Oh yeah, we've got an advert.
Yes.
Right. There you go. I love that ad.
There you go.
Love that ad. Those ad guys are brilliant, aren't they?
Who makes those ads?
You, me, you.
You did the background, I did the text.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, you did
It's
the
actually a
music.
really cool bit of software. It's called Plexus. It's an After Effects plugin, and it has some really nice
You've just
audio visualization stuff. So that's cool. You're jumping about again, Chris.
cool. Phil, will we jump over to do some demo doctoring?
Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Now, we have been we're a wee bit up against it this week, just trying to get all this sorted. So I actually haven't gone fully through any of these tracks yet. So it'll be as much fun for everyone else as it is for us.
Yeah, so I'm donning headphones so we don't get feedback.
Now, I apologize if there was any sent through that we didn't get in yet.
Because obviously, we did this show on Thursday together. We kind of knew this was coming, and then Monday we decided, look, let's get a contingency plan together and let's do this remotely and make sure it's all working okay.
Yeah.
So look, it did take 2 days of testing and streaming, and Monday, was it Monday or Tuesday, was pretty fraught. We did leave at about 4:30.
Yeah, I literally on Monday was up all night trying to figure out ways, looking on the internet and seeing if we could find anything. So, but here we go. We'll see if this works.
Okay. And who's this from, Phil?
It gets better. Let's see. This is from Ed C.
Ed C, if you're in the chat, hit us up and let us know you're about.
It's a nice atmospheric start.
Although, again, like you, it could do a bit more reverb.
Yeah. Just going to give it a tiny bit more willy here.
Okay.
What's that? We're into how many seconds are we in there? Was that a bit long for there not to be like the bass line in and stuff? These days?
It's and also controversially, what do you think about not having the DJ start? The starts with music, which, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's as
like,
big a problem now as it used to be for DJs, because I'm not sure too many people are still using sort of
like actual mixing
records and CDJs. It's all sort of
Yeah.
digital now. What needs to happen there, Chris? Needs more,
It's-
sort of more like
a musical element. You know,
Yeah.
there's nothing. It's kind of there's nothing hooky or riffy or chordal or something in there. It's just a
I
bit.
think the bass line comes in there. It's quite subby.
Yeah.
It's like there's too much separation between where the kick drum is, the bass is, and then
Everything on top of
there's,
it.
yeah, there's like that wee high riff. There's nothing really in those mids there. You'd want maybe a heavier bass line. Down, 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 down. And those sort of vocals, you're like ooh ooh ooh. I would if it was me, I'd be sort of high cutting or low cutting them, and making them brighter and wider, and maybe bring them down a bit so they're sort of. I kind of want to keep that, mid and lows for bass and those sort of sounds. I don't want my sort of spot effecty type sounds sort of being too MIDI, and I think it sort of makes the track feel top heavy or something.
Yeah, so the spot effects you want to be floating around in the upper ends.
I mean, the kick, the sub I can hear here sounds quite good. The kick and the bass balance is quite good in terms of weight. Sometimes people mix it too light, but it sounds quite weighty here. Have we got the track creator on the chat?
I'm not sure if he's there. Say hello, Ed C.
I actually like the introduction of that bass line. I think that is probably the biggest element so far.
Mm-hmm. You're right, that sort of vocal thing's just too low. It's mudding. It's taking up too much space.
Yeah, it's taking up far too much space. And do you know what it does? For me, it makes the track sound smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I think it...
There was the one thing going through my head. This just all sounds very box small and not...
Yeah.
It's slow and sluggish, but that can be a good thing in that, like Lane 8 and stuff would be... Some of his stuff he would DJ out would be slow and stuff, but it's beautiful. This kind of lacks just the beauty, the really tinkling beautiness, and some nice chords, and it feels like, I don't know, it feels like heavy or something, a bit sort of weighted.
It does feel heavy, and I think it is that vocal that's taking up too much space. I would definitely be trying to lighten that up, lift that up into the sort of higher ranges, more reverb, and take it out wider. And then, you know, sort of as you progress down, I think there is a gap in the mids that, you know, there's that sort of... There's that main riff, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. And for me, it's not necessarily... It's the right idea. I don't think it's executed as well as it could be in terms of... I would like to see something in that sort of range, but it maybe needs to be, you know, have more of a groove to it, or be brought out a bit more, and just something sort of easier to latch onto. You know, you've got the sort of... You've got that bit at the top that's going... And then... And that's also like quite a fast riff. So you've got these two sort of fast riff. One's up in the higher register and one's in the mid register. And I think you'd probably need the mid register one to be maybe more like stabs or something, you know, so they're not doing the same thing and sort of fighting for attention.
Yeah. So just get something to complement it, or maybe, you know, the keep one ARP in the lower register and a high held string in the upper register or something like that.
Yeah, you just don't want two of the same sort of things unless they're totally matched. But yeah, so...
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Go to our next one.
Up,
this is Fabian Coke.
Is Fabian on the chat? Maybe not.
Not sure. No messing about there.
Certainly grabbed my attention, hasn't it?
Yeah. Building nicely.
Yeah. Liking this.
Yeah, that works.
That's a nice bell.
Yeah,
really like that.
I thought it was starting to fall short a tiny bit there. I really loved that start. Thought it built really nicely, and I loved the vocal just when it came in there. Love that.
I would do some sort of little fills and flourishes in there.
And in the build up a bit.
Just in that main section where it's the bass line's running, just to create some interest, after eight bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just when it drops into the kick and the bass line. There.
There's something in that low ridge of that don't. Does that sound okay to you? See, I like it there when it's sort of cleaner. Oh no, it's still there as well.
Yeah, like don't. It's like a tom.
Sounds like maybe a stab or something. I think that's muddying it up. It's not defined enough where, it's not like my brain is going, that sounds class. It's sort of going, what is that? And it's maybe distracting me from other elements of the track.
Cool.
Maybe. More reverb.
Yeah, it does actually sound a bit like Nothing But You. I think it's a Paul Van Dyke mix.
So there's enough reverb on that. See,
that's lovely.
Lovely pad.
Oh,
Like those chord changes, like the way it went into a major there. This all sounds very convincing.
it's getting the headphones turned up.
I'm scared this waveform looks dodgy.
What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen?
Here it comes.
That is not working. I'm afraid.
Oh.
No, that doesn't. I can see the vibe there. I think it's just maybe the wrong stab sound there.
Totally. It feels so heavy.
Do you know what it is? Remember earlier I was talking about the sort of low end, like there's like a low end stab or something. I think it's maybe that is in there too. It's just like it's like a rumble that doesn't.
Yeah. Just
No, I'm afraid
No.
I can't get on board with that last bit. I think
it was brilliant. I was really going so well, and then it sounds like an octave too low, or maybe 2 octaves too low. And
and
just
those
not.
stabs need to be bigger, needs more reverb. I mean, if you watch the course we did last week on the Sean Tyas, sort of super saws, you could even use those. And when we were building, if the guys got on a two, he's watching, we have the what's it called, above
Clouds.
something. There's above something anyway. If you search in the Anna 2 presets, and that's based on Above and Beyond's super saw. And the sort of key element that was taken from that was there's quite a big separation between the low notes and the high notes.
So you've got very low C1s.
Yeah, you've got a
and
very
high...
low, big, fizzy bass C, and then you've got only like a couple of notes, only like maybe 2 notes on the top end, so you're not like muddying up that middle. Those stabs seem as if there's a lot of weight centered around those sort of middle notes, and it's just, and it's the wrong chords, I think, as well. I think
it just needs to be in.
Yeah, up until
notes.
that, I thought it was
Brilliant.
it was really, really good, really, really good, and I just think that needs a bit of work. So
yeah, okay. Listen, thank you so much for sending in, Fabian. I hope it's useful feedback. And not everybody has to agree with us. I do love in the chat when people go, "Chris and Phil, you got that one wrong."
yes, absolutely.
I'm never wrong. Phil sometimes is.
Will there be any more sound design courses for Anna 2? I am more than happy to always do whatever sound design you guys want at any point. So if you have,
it's something we want to do in the show. Is
if you've any particular, if you're here listening to a track and go, I'd really love that synth, just either drop an email to live@sonicacademy.com or hit us up in the forums or just anywhere we Facebook, whatever. Drop us a link to the track where you want in the track, what sound, and I'm happy. I love recreating sound. So
you love getting.
I do love that.
Get that sound channel.
Yeah, it's a challenge. I genuinely enjoy the challenge of like trying to recreate sort of sounds. So yes, I would be very much up for doing more sound design stuff if you let me know what you want.
Okay, cool. Let's go on to the next track. It is Phase 2.
Yep.
And who sent this in?
This is Clark Kaufman, Phase 2 Genesis.
So Clark, if you're in the chat, say hello. Like that.
Yep, it's good.
Lovely vocal.
Yeah, bass seems nice and solid there.
Nice effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always tell when I like it because I don't want to like fast forward it and ruin the vibe. I like that he's obviously got some manual control of that bass line, and he's, doing elements. I really like to hear that in a track.
Really like that clap.
That was a good lift there. I was just about to say it needs a lift or something, and then it just came in at the right time. Yeah, Alexei Chernoff is saying the kick is a bit light. It does sound a bit light in the low mids to me.
Yep.
But I would suspect on a dance floor that bottom end will, just be a nice big, boom, Age of Lovey type sort of big.
Yeah.
Don't think it always needs to be. As long as you got the sort of a bit of welly in there. It is quite Age of Lovey, isn't it?
I was going to say, this is about the fifth track we've had in with that gated choir
vocal
sound
thing, yeah.
Yeah, yes, it must be a cool thing to be doing these days.
Oh, there's Clark on.
Oh, Clark, hi, Clark.
Mid for the dance floor, haha, oh yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's really good.
Brilliant so far. Clark, what are you doing to get the gated choir pad? Sounds really nice. Sorry.
Yeah, the gated Vox.
Yeah, really like that. Excellent. That big bass sound, fantastic. That in a club would just destroy it.
Love this, love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done, Clark.
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's
Nailed
brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah, that gets a big round of applause from us.
Yep.
Phil, we should invent a yay
Yeah,
button.
the yay button. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. Woo, you did it. You made a dance floor killer. Yeah, I really, really super enjoyed that track. I love that big dirty, and I just know when you hear that in a big club, you know what I mean? It just would go, and just the whole place would just go whoa. Rushes.
Start shooting your eyebrows, going, "Oh, this
Excellent
is
track." Anything you would touch there, Chris?
To me, the bass is good. I would love to hear it really tight. You know, like, do you remember maybe 2 weeks ago we had one that was like a heel bop bass that was, remember, it changed something more like that, where it became a bit more staccato and rhythmical. So when it drops there, it's really like,
yeah, so maybe just something else with a bit more filter envelope on there.
Totally,
I can see how the kick drum will work in a club, but for me, I would just, you know, like on kick when you just bring the angle of the initial slope up a bit, just to get a bit, you know, go from sort of 808 to 909. I would just go and just get a bit more sort of thump in the lower mids.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I think that is just complete personal preference. So
yeah, but no, really well done. I love getting these tracks in. And
that was absolutely excellent. Well done.
So who's next?
We have Bogus Law.
Right,
Sister.
Bogus, if you're in the chat, say hello. So the Vox is Alchemy Angel Pat. I'm going to pull that out because I have got Alchemy here.
Oh, good.
So he's teleworking at the moment. Well, do you know what? Well done for multitasking. It's brilliant. Interesting.
Yeah. I like the sound of the bass.
Bass is really nice.
Those wee elements are nice. Oh. We clap.
It's a bit low, is it?
Yep. It's not really, you know, either have a clap, don't have a clap, don't have a clap.
No half-hearted claps.
No
here,
half-hearted clappage. Oh.
Toby Pierce says thumbs up for decent dynamic range.
Yes, there's you can tell there's a lot of dynamics in that. Yeah.
I'm a little on the fence with this.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like,
it's your genre, isn't it? But is it
totally?
Is it executed well enough?
That's what I'm saying. I'm kind of going, yeah, this is all nice. It's kind of melodic techno, but it's kind of missing something. It's a bit. I don't know how it's sound design or something's not maybe just cool enough.
I think for this stuff, I think you can get away with that, you know, super laid back and super ambient sort of tech stuff, because there is stuff similar to this on Balance and a couple of those other sort of Underworld comps, or what are they called, Global Underground comps. But the core needs to be super sorted. Like the kick drum, the bass needs to be so well tuned and defined that it can almost carry, you know, whatever's above it. And I think that's just not quite. The bass is okay. I think the kick just would need a bit.
Yeah, something about the kick and drums.
Yeah, the kick and drums need to be special to be able to carry that level of track, I think. But I think you can. It's quite good there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's all.
Kind of goes back as well to that thing we've talked about the last few weeks of, you know, something. I mean, all that sounds good. I mean, if you'd sorted out the kick there a bit more, all that would be super fine. But what is going to take it to that next level of, you know, excellence?
Yeah. But I think it's, you know, it's 90% there. It just needs pushed on. Just pushed on a little bit.
So, I think, I definitely think focus a tiny bit on the kick drum.
Yeah.
I think specifically that the click sounds, it's like sticking out a bit too much for me, and it needs to, you know, it needs to be sort of a bit weightier overall. The kick, it's not far off.
And what's the breakdown doing? Again, there's the clap. It's just, you know, either have a clap or don't, you know.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. It's a hard one, because it does do the job, I think, of what it's aiming
Designed
for,
to do.
which is create a really nice melodic, chilled out, techie track.
Yeah.
I think it ticks all those boxes. I think for me to get it to fit in better with the rest of that genre, I think you would need to sort the kick out a bit. And I've noticed a lot of the stuff on like balance and stuff, the hats were quite sort of almost oversaturated, but like pulled back. So you get, they're sort of quite bright, but they're sort of like back into the track and stuff. You know, it's a hard thing to describe. It's sort of saturated sound, but they're just there's a sound to them.
Look, I think it's probably 90% there. It's got the atmospheres. It's got kind of interesting drums. The drums just need the kick and the bass, and that relationship just needs to be. These are the hardest things, you know. When I was making tracks, you would fold everything down and just make sure the kick and bass just worked together. And it's like, you know, it's and then you would, if it wasn't working particularly well, you would just be working at it until you know when you get that vibe, you know, you're just going, it's right now, we've got it, then once you unmute everything else on top of it, it just all becomes insanely much better, you know.
Yeah,
so
I know. I think as well, this genre, because it is quite open and quite sparse, you really need to focus on the individual elements, because it's quite minimal, you know, so those elements need to be amazing. But I think you can have like atmospheres in the background, you know, could be some sort of like jangly sort of loop that sort of just sits in really far in the background with like reverb or something, you know, something to give atmosphere potentially. I would say just, you know, listen to some of that sort of Global Underground.
I'll just go through some of the chat here. Emin Valzadeh is asking us to look at the track. We need to get them in, so if you can send it to Demo Doctor, we'll probably take a look at it next week.
Yeah, the latest for entries is probably sort of 1 or 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, well, that's when we start getting all the tracks in. So if anything after that, we try and keep for the next show. So, Emin, we will. I know you're searching for expert advice. We don't know any experts.
We'll try and find some for you for next week.
Alexei reminds me of Magic Island style Roger Shah. Yeah, it definitely does. It is that. But also, I get confused sometimes because some of these tracks sound great as a poolside mix, but they'd never work in a club. So sometimes, you know, it's, you know, when I'm making it, if I was to make that, I'd have to define where is it for. The guy that made it, Bugslaw. Thank you so much. What is it?
Bugislaw, I think, is it?
Bugislaw? What? Is that his name?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Thank you very much for your comments. Really appreciate it. I've got some things to work on. Good. C. Hathaway, you too, mate. This is my project, Enabled and to be fixed.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Well, we might not fix it.
We can't. It can be ruined my mix as well.
Can be ruin my mix. You'll have to decide afterwards. We're not going to spend a huge amount of time. I just want to do a couple of wee elements, and we'll have a listen to. But let's go for our last demo doctor of the week.
Okay, so this is this is Jack's Debate.
Argales, Jack's Debate.
I keep telling you this every week. Could you just have names like James and Sid and Bob? It helps so much for me.
Oh, like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so far so good. Sometimes with the IDM stuff, you can get like sometimes it sounds like people have just thrown random sounds into drum racks and played random ones. But this you can sort of tell the difference. People that have spent the time trying to get the right sort of vibe of those sort of wee glitchy bits. It's
love that vocal.
So his name is actually Boguslaw. It's not Boguslaw. Like I thought it was like some sort of artist name statement. But no, it's just his actual
Boguslaw.
Name. Apologies for that.
I love that vocal.
What's right?
I love the treatment of that vocal because it's quite claustrophobic and scary. It's sort of swirling around my head.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds excellent. I mean, I have to confess, this is not, my genre specialty, but so far it sounds excellent to me. Sounds really well produced.
No, the only thing I'm struggling a little bit with the define of the beat. It's a little bit loose for me. My brain is going, I think it's there. I'd like to hear, those sort of snares. I'd like to hear a bit more sort of pronounced and stuff. I think sometimes it can, some of the little glitchy stuff can be a little bit random, and I just like to hear it maybe a little bit tighter and just a bit more pronounced on the rhythm, if that makes any sense. It sounds like a hell of a lot of work has gone into it.
Yeah, big time, doesn't it?
It really, really does sound like very detailed.
That sort of takes it, I think having two breaks sort of sequentially after each other sort of takes it away a bit for me.
Yeah. That helps.
I like that. That's really good. Yeah, cool track. I suspect that the Argales is probably not looking for feedback on this. He's just going, check out my class track.
Aren't I clever? Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Well done.
No, it really is a clever track. It's lots of. I don't know where you would even start with something like that. It must be so hard to start with glitchy stuff and build it and build it and build it. Trying to get the first bit going. Yeah, that's right. That snare that came in, that more sort of pronounced snare, was what I was talking about rhythmically helping. So yeah, all good, guys. Thank you so much for sending in the tracks again.
Yeah.
We will get some more next week, Emin. If you want to get it into live at sonicacademy.com.
Yeah.
Have you hit the subscribe button yet, Philip?
I don't know. I haven't.
Well, can you hit it, please?
Where is it?
It says subscribe. There you go. Oh,
I think you're blocking it.
Hold
on.
Is it behind me?
Wait.
Oh, well.
Hold on. It's okay. That's okay. Let's do it again. You.
Winner.
Subscribe. Yes, subscribe. Hit the bell. Hit the like. Subscribe
Again,
to our
share
Facebook
this,
or join our Facebook group.
I
Sign
know
up for
there
our newsletter.
Are, there's a million DJs out there now streaming every second of every day because they've nothing else to do, and so now we're fighting against that space. But guys, we're building a brilliant little community here. The world is a bit of a scary place at the moment, so it's lovely to see the same names coming out and everyone joining in the chat. So look, share, tell your friends that we're here. Let's jump over to Mr. C. Hathaway.
Okay, so do you know what I didn't? Usually I sort of spend a bit more time and have a sort of a basic plan worked out. I haven't done that this week because we've been a bit busy. So we're winging this one a bit. So Chris, you're gonna have to help. This is sort of like an extended demo doctor with some potential fixes. Okay.
Okay.
So there we go. I'll let you listen to the track first, and you can tell me what you think. If it plays, why is it not playing?
Oh, you've broken it.
I have broken it. Well, I've probably got something solid, have I? There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
All good. All good.
Okay,
right.
Here we go. Start again, Chris. So the inspiration for this was JTech, the Tiger Lily course.
Okay, right.
So we're aiming in that sort of direction. Might be a bit low. Let's get it. Seems like a lot of breaks. Like the drums are breaking down quite frequently.
And the kick, is it still not fully kicked in yet?
There it's in now.
Okay.
Now I should point out, sorry, that LFO tool should be on some of those tracks and I don't have it, so there's probably a bit of disparity between what Clark was trying to... Is it Clark?
C. Hathaway. I don't know.
Yes, C. Hathaway.
Is Clark? So Clark? Yeah.
I don't think it is, but anyway. So yeah, there's probably there was some LFO tools. Let's get to sort of this where you would expect. So we should be pretty much motoring along there. So let's fix some stuff. What would you do first, Chris? Kick.
Yeah, let's sort of kick and bass, and let's have a listen to that. And it's kick.
Okay.
What's going on kick wise?
We got that kick, and then we got a top kick. They both sound
similar.
Yeah, they both sound similar. So I'm going to just turn that off. Here's one I made earlier when he told me he was doing the Tiger Lily thing. I stole the Tiger Lily kick.
I'm going to tell JTech.
Well, I recreated it. So.
Okay. Big difference?
Sounds better to me already. And then the next thing I'd probably look at would be the bass, yeah? So let's take it.
Can I ask how loud your monitors are?
Very at the minute. Is it? Are people?
Yeah,
is there issues?
No, just me. Just I can hear it. I can for me streaming.
Okay, I will just notch them down one tiny bit. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was going to change all the colors to the right colors.
which is important for sound. This improves the sound, what, 10, 15%?
16.4%. So let's go. I mean, I always start with a kick in the bass. Let's have a kick in the bass.
While you're working away there, people are pointing out on the chat, and I didn't even think, we're up against Armin's A State of Trance.
I really did not know that. We must...
Yeah. We maybe have to look at our times, actually, because that is a bit of a...
Yeah. Kick, bass.
No.
So there is a bit of a sub there, so we can leave that for now.
Yeah.
That sounds not too bad. Is that doing it for you? I don't think it's doing it for me.
No.
And that sounds like sort of it's kind of the right sound, but not coming through
not
enough.
Quite there. So what would you do?
Turning it up. I noticed that look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff.
Yeah, that's just on a bass.
Look at all this stuff. Let's see what happens if we just get rid of all it. Do you notice the difference? And I really don't think we need all that. And we will go into silent and just turn the overall volume. Why are they not turning it?
It sounds to me like, yeah, it's better there. It's a little bit low.
I'm turning the wrong one up. Sorry. That's why it wasn't doing anything.
Yep, I mean, that's instantly.
Okay. And is that a bit dry? Would you put a delay on that or something?
Yeah. Is there, well, do you know what? I'm getting a bit of a delay back from you, so it sounds like there's a delay. So, yeah, definitely, because it sounds good in my headphones.
Insert another return track then. We'll get a delay on there. For me, I'm always looking to sort of consolidate the main parts and sort of bring them out and have the less main parts sort of more back in the mix. You don't want...
But you're having to sort of go, what's my priority here in the mix? Is it this bass line? Is it this stab? And is it this lead line? And then everything else is the kind of supporting cast, isn't it?
So again, I'm only using this delay just to create a very subtle thing of space.
Yeah.
And I would probably try and bring out a bit more of the... Okay, we've got mid and side. I'll just use a different EQ, so that's probably doing something else. Oh, didn't mean to do that one.
You're adding a bit of upper mid?
Just a bit of, yeah, sort of upper midi-mids.
Midi-mids.
And I would maybe just bring the cutoff envelope up. Another thing you could do, I mean, we've done this before with other sort of stuff. We'll actually rename this bass delay. Mm-hmm. I'll fire a compressor on that, and we'll just have it coming in after the delay. So we'll use a side chain to so that the delay isn't actually coming on when the main bass hits are happening, and that'll just help to clean things up a bit. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we've got. No, there was. Okay, that sub to me isn't really doing what I envisage a sub to be doing in this type of track. For me, I'm looking for thump.
Yeah.
I don't think you don't really need to add woolly low end.
Yeah.
So let me try this and see what this is. Okay, it's just don't need that. It's not doing anything either. Let's have a listen. Is there? Well, even there, when you turn the filter up, you can get a bit more of that click.
Yeah. And that quick will just cut through.
Generally, if you want to sort of have your if you want to take your sub up more into a higher range, you can just add an octave and sort of blend it in very subtly.
Yeah. Would you add also a bit of saturation?
And I would also I like using sines as opposed to
triangles.
Or triangles as opposed to sines.
Yeah.
Just think they sound more electronic. They give you a sort of different register almost. And then the trick that I always use is use a mod env on pitch.
Yes, so we have a tech
kicky
tip
sort of vibe
from years ago. So this is pitching it down. Yeah. And just gives you that.
Just gives you that tiny bit of thud.
To help it poke through.
So you can hear it there. There's not really anything happening on the attack. And we can just bring it there to make a bit more.
Cool.
And then there are techniques as well to sort of, if you want to stabilize the frequencies of your bass over
note changes.
Yeah, note changes. So get an auto filter and then get.
And what are they? Because that's something as a young producer I always struggled with.
Auto filters? What?
No, I always struggled with getting basses to sort of maintain the frequencies over when you had chord changes.
A lot of it is down to your speakers. That actual fact, most of the time that change in volume isn't actually happening. It's just your speakers are resonating at a different point. When I got this system in, I more and more realized that was the case, and that when you're hearing that, it's probably more your room than anything that's doing that. So I'll grip those.
And what speakers have you got there?
What speakers? Just a wee set of just a wee set of 5 inchers. So we can use we can use this as sort of choose. So I've got a bandpass filter going into some distortion.
And do you know the filter?
Yeah.
Sort of jiggery pokery alchemy is this?
And then what we're actually going to do is we'll group. That's one chain, and then we'll create another chain, which is our original. So we've got our original, and then we can just add our sort of. And that'll just create it's basically the same idea as max bass on waves.
Right. So you.
So that's solo, a kick on our bass. So there we've got, it is adding now what I think a sub should be doing, which is a bit of chest.
Yeah, so
chest
it's like a
feeling.
knock. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just a light sine wave sort of nothing. It's not just making a doom 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 in the background. You want that doom 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 chunky.
So what you did previously there was you're almost you create a sort of a more resonant bass using filters, sub, and then you've tucked that in underneath the sub that you've opened up and made more punchy, just to try and give you a more knocky version. Is that correct?
Yeah. So the second version is basically just. It helps to stabilize because you're sort of filtering everything below a certain frequency and then distorting it.
Yeah.
You could use a compressor as well, but it sort of stabilizes that low end tone right across. So you're still getting the attack and stuff happening as normal, but you've got this sort of extra sub area that's like almost stable because it's like always hitting off the compressor or the distortion, and is like can only go that far. So it just helps to keep the low end more stable.
Cool.
Square wave as well, yeah. Square waves work well.
Yeah.
So and you can, if you want that
harmonic.
sort of more throaty sound, you know, the sort of there's like a, you can get quite a throaty sound if you go for high peaks. So if I actually would actually take the if you go really heavy on the distortion and then just mix this in a lot.
Okay, so you almost
actually it works better. It's not going to work there because it's a sine, but it works better on like a saw wave. If you wanted to, you know, boost up that sort of throaty sound on a saw wave,
yeah,
you can do it that way.
Alexi is asking, does it make sense to make this mid bass more focused or more spread? Don't really know what I'd prefer.
Make it more focused for the sub. You're
not the sub. No, he's talking about the mid bass.
Oh, the mid bass.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. More focused in terms of panning.
I presume he means more focused or more spread. So
I'm happy for them to be super wide.
Yeah. The sub's doing the mono bit, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's everything's on stereo there. I know there was like this bass, but you know the bass, the mono the bass below 200. But I felt like it was. I don't think you need it these days. I mean, we used to have to do it just purely from printing to vinyl. A mastering engineer, if you tell him you're going to vinyl, will probably do a mono of the low frequencies anyway. See, that 1B1 is taken away from, I think, the attack of the bass, and it's you're losing the groove a bit with it.
Yeah, you slows you up.
Also, I mean, even with the JTech Tiger Lily track, the bass is more like a digga-da, you know, it's that sort of a bit more
16ths.
Yeah, driving sort of thing. So I would do what I would probably do with the bass. With Anna, and I think we'll probably just knock this out. We'll keep it with the bass and the drums for now, and I think that'll probably have to do us just from time-wise. Ask if anyone on the chat wants to tell us if they're happy enough for us to keep going, or whether this is taking too long. So let me just get the notes from there. I'll pop them in to Anna.
The old beautiful dread lead, eh?
Yep. So let's go square. I'll actually go for, I like the JP or one of the other squares. Just a bit brighter, not as sort of woolly.
And what's that first note, Phil? What's his first note he's playing? That.
This is, I think it's like a C and a D or something.
I was going to say, like, that sounds just too bloopy.
I'd transpose the whole track down to like F and G and A,
that's what I was. I would say that C. Every bass sound's going to sound a bit flabby.
Yeah,
and
you're either too high register or you're too low, probably.
Yeah.
We'll do what we can. want that sort of... I might try another...
Yeah, Phil, if you can slide Anna over a little bit.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yes. So we're going for a Moogie style sort of thing here, are we?
Yeah, I'm sort of thinking about the Tiger Lily track and what it...
Yeah.
And what I like to do, again, this is to just make it more interesting, is we'll add some velocity on the filter and then velocity on the envelope as well. And it just means when we play around with the velocities, we're going to get stuff happening.
Different tonal
quality. We can add grooving, we can add...
Yeah.
So I will...
Can you randomize those almost?
You could potentially, yeah. I'm just going to go in and get this on 16ths, and I think we can just draw a bunch of 16ths in. It's probably the quickest way. And then I will take out the first one because we want to dig it out a little. And then we can bring our
velocities. Velocity.
And I'm sort of I'm trying to, again, create that groove, you know, something for your ears to latch onto, that ding, 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 ding. So you're still creating that sort of element of a groovy bass pattern, but you've still got this fastness of and I would go in and probably tighten that up.
Lovely.
Yep.
I really like that.
And then we've got, so it does actually move, so we've got to go from C up to the E. So let's just duplicate.
And copy up.
So for me, that sort of gets it more into that Tiger Lily vibe. It's a bit more driving.
Just, yeah.
And then as well, you can do the, I know he was using LFO tool, but my preference is still just doing it through compression.
Yeah. And why is that, Philip?
Because it means that when you drop out the kick,
you get that release.
Yeah, you get that release. Yeah. The kick is actually sort of involved in in the process, which I kind of like.
And there is also a tonal quality to the compressor side chaining as well, isn't there?
Yeah, I would say so. Again, for the way I sort of tend to control these is using the filter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have the filter all the way down and it's picking up all the low end, then you're going to get a longer compression zone. And then if you start easing it off, you should get tighter and tighter.
Shorter.
And just use it. Close your eyes, feel the vibe, see where it starts to sound nice.
There. Yeah.
Okay, will that do it? Should we do more?
I don't know. What do you think?
I can do another bit. What else would we do? So we got our bass sort of sound a bit better. drums. What would you do with these drums? Let's get them into a folder.
But that, to me, that sounds really, really so much better.
Hi-hat over there. That is sounding a bit light to me.
Mr. Hathaway would like to have a look at his lead sounds.
Yeah, have a look at my lead sounds. Okay, so let's go to... Where are we? We're over here somewhere. I'm assuming this is the... Oh, didn't do that. What's that? Is that drop still in C? Is that C? That's A. So it drops down to C there.
Okay.
I've lost where I am. Where is the lead bits? Is it there? 5th gear. That's it. Okay, so let's get our new bass line in there. And let's change that. I'm assuming it's just going down. Right, that doesn't sound right.
No! What's it going down to there?
It's going down to C. Why does that not sound right?
I have no idea. I'm going to peel out of this one.
Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next week. Right, that middle block, I don't know. It's the middle one, is it? It's the middle one?
That's not
is it the middle one? Oh, that's down to B. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong. Thank you, audience. Okay, so let's look at the this leads. I mean, if it's for the JTech thing, the JTech Tiger Lily track's a bit more subdued than that. It doesn't have the sort of big wide super saw thing. It's a bit more...
Yeah, because that's encroaching onto a 1/3 territory rather than...
Yeah, and it's not the right... let me just have a listen to... You know, that's the JTech track. So is that what we're going for, or are we sort of trying to... I think there is a definition there. You probably... or a decision there you need to make in terms of...
Yeah.
Is this a 1/2/8 proggy track in the style of JTech, or is this? Do you want it to be a big, 1/3/8? Because I don't think those type of riffs fit into that 1/2/8 music, I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
How far is too far? Someone asks on the comments.
In terms of what? How far is too far? In terms of
the other thing I noticed in JTech's track is there's quite a lot of swing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're going to be able to get.
So, Mr. C. Hathaway, can you tell us your first name? It's not Craig, is it? So he's saying he wanted to go more prog on it. So yeah, they're too trancey. They're not prog. They're too in your face, too aggressive. That's more 138 territory. End of night.
So yeah. I think even the riff as well. I think you might want to. Okay, let's try this. I'm going to just create a new MIDI track. And I'm going to take the MIDI in from channel, lead layer.
So it is Craig, yeah. Thank you very much for confirming it is Craig.
Yeah, so I want to basically get the ARP pattern out. So I'm going to record the
MIDI out.
So that's not happening, is it? There we go. Oh no, we don't want LFO till we want post effects, maybe. Does see? Don't even think Sir or Silent is sent out. Why is that not working? Lead layer. Am I on the wrong one? No, it is just not sending. Yeah. Okay. So do you know what we'll do? We'll throw in Anna. Because the arpeggiator in it, we can do what we need to do.
Don't forget, Anna's too far over the screen.
Sorry, yeah. Just bring it back.
There you go. There you go.
And
there you
get
go.
rid of the arpeggiator.
Yeah. Did you look like you're in double speed?
What?
You look like you're going in double speed.
We'll create a more JTech-y type sound. I think it's probably octave, so that's probably tuned in a bit with the detune. Bit of filterage.
Okay, so just send it. Really nice, tight, sort of rubbery filter, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we can put a bit of swing on this as well.
This is the good stuff, guys. This is the secret sauce. Ah.
Yeah, replace all silent with Anna 2, track fixed. Exactly.
Totally.
And you can get it now for like 50 quid. It's amazing.
Yes. If your subscriber's £44,
Yeah.
if you subscribe and you have to update from Anna 1, it's like 3p.
So the reason I wanted to do all this in Anna was, so I've recreated what would be a basic ARP, but the beauty of Anna, obviously, as well, is we can now go in and do a more interesting sort of pattern in here.
Uh-huh. And this is what we were talking about last week. We don't have to have it resolved on 16ths and stuff. We can...
Yeah, let's see what that sounds like.
Fingers crossed.
Let's just...
Fingers crossed for Phil.
Where is it? Which one is it? And we'll get... You loving that, Chris?
I totally loving it.
We'll get the compressor that we put on the bass and we'll add it onto that.
Okay.
And you can hear there that there's maybe bits that we don't need in that ARP, so we can go back. Maybe don't need one of these. Maybe this one. just bring that up in volume as well.
Slap a bit of reverb on her.
Slap 7 reverbs on there. Let's get a nice reverb in there. Well, let's see. We've got the cathedral one. Let's see if that's going to fit. Do nicely. Stick a wee compressor on all your big reverbs, lads. Okay, I think that'll do us. I think that gets it a bit more into the ballpark. Do I get the project
Craig
file
is
back?
asking Phil, does he get the project back?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll zip it up for you and send it back over.
Yeah. So, guys, that genuinely is the secret sauce. You see how we've taken I say we. I did nothing. It was all Phil. I would have made a total balls of all that.
I think as well, he has almost all of the tracks that I've got so far for Fix My Mix.
Yeah.
People seem to be like going way ahead, like things like mid and side EQ, mono in their bass, like loads of like cut EQs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
As we said before, if you can't use sort of basic synth sounds and drum sounds, getting it to 95% there, all those wee things won't fix anything. You need to go back to the fundamental sounds, make sure the kick coming from wherever you're getting kick from sounds good, the bass wherever it's coming from sounds good before and I can get a pretty banging sounding track with almost nothing on any of the channels apart from using your sends for reverbs and a bit of EQ. You really shouldn't be trying to rely too much on that until you're like way down the line in terms of mixing, and then that mixing element is just bringing
I think this is
elements. I think
all these tricks of low cuts and stuff, it'll suddenly make the track sound amazing, rather than the fundamental thing is getting your sound design right at the very base level.
Yeah.
Get it correct, and then everything else is really making it shine, but by about 1 or 2%. All those little low cuts and monoing things and stuff, that's all just performance gains. Whereas if you don't have the fundamental sound right, like you took Craig's first sort of really heavy trancey silently sound, which was out of whack with what he was trying to do. So you try and go, right, what does JTech do? Let's go back. Let's thin the sound out. Let's make it more plucky. Then let's change the ARP so it's less. It's a bit more swing and a bit more groove. Dude, again, look, you genuinely blow me away. I don't care about everybody else in the chat. Because if that was me doing that, I'm telling you the truth, guys, if I was doing that ARP and then I'd unmuted the rest of the drums, it would have been an unholy mess, and it would have been like,
a lot of that time that can be luck as well. You know what I mean?
I know.
I mean, again, I think the other thing is that I would consider myself a pretty experienced producer, and I always use reference tracks. I always have AB up, or I always have something in my DAW, just to listen back to. I don't think it's not copying. I just have a vision in my head, and I pick references for, say, like a lead sound or for a bass sound, or how, the balance between the kick and bass, and every so often I think it just helps to reset your ears to go back and go, actually, that's where I was aiming for. Let's go back, because I've went off on this tangent, and I think it helps just to have that track in your DAW or nearby, or even on Spotify, just to go back and forward. And it's not copying. You're just trying to recalibrate your ears, I think, is the best way I can put it.
Look, Phil, thank you so much for just doing. I mean, again, we were under the pressure all this week. We are also trying to get Node out and everything else, all the other shit that's going on in the world. Hopefully, that was an hour and a half where you could forget about it, focus into some really cool sounds and some production techniques. Thank you, Phil. Thank you to Brian.
High five.
And
High five.
Will. High five. Hold on. A virtual high five.
High five.
Where'd I go? Hold on a second. Let me get this right.
High five.
Well, I did it today. It was brilliant.
Hey,
I don't know.
High five. All right. That'll do us for another live show.
Excuse me.
What?
Leave behind. All right, fair enough.
We're just doing that for the best bits. All right,
guys. Same time next week. Please tell your friends.
Yeah.
We maybe have to look at the time if we're up against Armin, but he's a DJ on the way out. I think. What do you reckon, Phil?
Come on. He's a.
And,
I think. Well,
yes.
the only thing I would say about that is there are probably a lot of people that are that listen to trance, not necessarily people here making trance. So
that's true.
Maybe.
We have tomorrow's course, which is we have the man like Jerome Isma-A back for another monster track. His track is Tiger, not to be confused with Tiger Lily. Tiger is his son. And him and Alistair made this track in honor of his son. So he's showing you how he made that track. There is also, of course, a remix competition. So once you get finished with your JTech remixes, I think that closes tomorrow night at midnight PST, whatever time it is in LA. So please get your remixes in. And then you can start into another remix. His course is out tomorrow. And Phil, I think you've got an ad to pay us out.
Do I?
You do? You have an ad?
Yes. Do you know we can't go for a pint now, Chris?
I know.
What are we going to do?
We always go for a pint after the show and talk about what worked, what didn't work, and check out the comments. So we can't do that. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks we can.
Yeah.
So guys, listen, thank you very much for taking time out. Hope you all stay safe over the next while. Please look after everyone and be kind.
Cool. Catch you later, guys.
Do you want to know how we made our track Tiger? How we built the arrangement? How we programmed the drums and the synths, how we mixed and mastered it? Then simply subscribe to sonicacademy.com and watch this tutorial and get access to hundreds of more courses like this one.